Life will knock you down, again and again. People will doubt you. You will fail. You will struggle. And you will have every reason to quit. But let me tell you something. The only difference between those who make it and those who don't is that the ones who succeed refuse to give up. They don't stop when things get hard. They don't quit when they fail. They keep going. They push forward, even when the world tells them they can't. And that's exactly what I want to talk about today. The power of never giving up. Failure is not the end. It's the beginning. You know, most people see failure as the end. They think if they try something and it doesn't work, it means they're not good enough. But that's not true. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of success. When I started Apple in a garage with Steve Wozniak, we had no idea what we were doing. We had no money, no connections, no safety net, just a dream. And we worked like crazy to make it happen. And it worked, until it didn't. At 30 years old, I was fired from Apple, the very company I started. Can you imagine that? The company I built, the vision I fought for, and one day they told me, "Steve, you're no longer needed here." It was crushing. It was humiliating. I felt like I had lost everything, and I had two choices. I could sit there and feel sorry for myself, or I could use that failure as fuel. I chose the second option. Instead of quitting, I started again. I built Next. I built Pixar. And years later, Apple called me back. And together, we made some of the greatest products the world has ever seen. The lesson? Failure is only the end if you let it be. If you keep going, it's just another step on the way to success. Why most people quit too soon. You know why most people never reach their full potential? It's not because they're not capable. It's because they quit too soon. They try something once, and if it doesn't work, they give up. They face one setback, and they think, maybe this isn't for me. But here's what you need to understand. Nothing great comes easy. Nothing worth having comes without effort. If you want to build something meaningful, you have to push through the failures, the rejections, the moments when you feel like you're not good enough. Because on the other side of that struggle is success. Every entrepreneur, every artist, every great leader has faced moments where they wanted to quit. The difference is, they didn't. They kept going. They pushed forward when everyone else would have stopped. The 3 rules to never giving up. Now, I'm not saying it's easy. It's not. But there are 3 things you need to remember if you want to keep going when things get tough. The only way to keep going when times are tough is to do something you love. Because if you don't love it, you'll quit. Simple as that. That's why I always say, don't chase money, don't chase status. Chase passion. Find something that excites you, something that makes you want to wake up in the morning and work on it. Because when you love what you do, you won't need motivation, you'll just do it. Most people see problems and think, oh no, this is a setback. But the most successful people see problems and think, how can I use this to grow? When I was fired from Apple, I could have seen it as the worst thing that ever happened to me. But in reality, it was the best thing. It gave me the space to grow, to learn, to come back stronger. Every setback is a setup for a comeback, if you choose to see it that way. At the end of the day, it all comes down to this. Don't stop. You don't have to move fast. You don't have to have all the answers. You just have to keep moving forward, one step at a time, one day at a time. Keep learning, keep growing, keep pushing, because as long as you don't stop, you will get there. The world needs you to keep going. I want you to think about this for a second. Right now, somewhere out there, someone is struggling. Someone is lost. Someone needs hope. And your ideas, your vision, your work, it could change their life. But they will never see it if you give up. The world needs people who don't quit. People who keep going, even when it's hard. Because those are the people who change the world. And you are one of those people. So promise me this. Never give up. Keep going. Keep pushing. Keep fighting for your dreams. Because the ones who are crazy enough to think they can change the world